Hey there guys, DMO73 here, bringing you the next spoiler for the week. We are almost done with all of these Curse the Frozen Casket spoilers. Today we are seeing lots more vampires and darkness support, so let's just jump right in. First up we have Rinka, the second daughter of the Mikage, so the second of three. She's a 2-drop 6/6 for double dark. Vampire that when she takes damage, or when she deals damage, she gets +1/+1 counter. If she has a +1/+1 counter, she has precision, and you can remove a +1/+1 counter from her to give her flying. This is very, very good, because essentially what happens is, I'd have to make sure you could do this properly, but like say you had 1/+1/+1 counter on it, and so don't quote me on this, but this just feels like a really strong effect that might be an option with this. Say you have a +1/+1 counter on it, so she goes to attack something that's a 5/5 or something less than that, something that she can kill. And then before you move to blockers, you remove the counter. She's still targeting the thing, so I think once the attack target's fine, you don't still need target attack. And then you can just gain flying and just make sure that you kill it, because when you move to blockers, it has flying, so you're safe. If that works that way, that is a really, really powerful. If it doesn't work that way, she's still really good. 2-drop for 6 for 2-drop is really strong, and she can just get stronger and stronger and stronger. And she's made even better by the next card here, which is the Servant of the Mikage. So we were all wondering when we saw the Vamp Ruler if there were other ways to get blood to get the counters on people. And here he is. So he's a 1-drop 3/3, so the stats are already really solid. And when he enters your field, you put a +1/+1 counter on it something. And if your opponent controls a special magic stone, you get to put 2 instead. So that's really strong. So worst case scenario, he's just a 1-drop 4/4. Like, that's really good stat-wise. And best case scenario, you're putting counters on your other vampires that you need to get moving and moving them quicker. This just essentially means that those vampires can be more easily played in any darkness deck, not just a vamp darkness deck, which is important, especially for us playing at the Worlds format. But overall, this is a really, really strong card. I'm really excited about it. Promotes vampire synergy really well. Next up, we have the Oni Governor. It is our next Oni. 5-drop 11/11. It says tap, banish a Resonator, and destroy target Resonator with total cost 3 or less. So I like this, especially being able to do something like in upkeep. Like, he's a big beater all by himself, and with that ability, he can tap stack something, and then have a Stoning Death. That's pretty good. At least it's 3 or less, but still, anything greater than that, he's probably going to be able to deal with his own attack. So overall, this is a pretty decent card. Darkness has a lot of repeatable creatures that don't mind getting sacrificed, like the Earthbound Pheasant, or Heavenbound Pheasant, and the Monkey Cursed in Life. So this is all, things that easily could be used by these cards to make some stuff happen. Then we have the Mad Oni. So we have a 1-drop Oni, so this is pretty relevant, who has to attack if able. So Bloodlust is the new keyword. Essentially just means that, if it doesn't have Summoning Sickness, you gotta swing with it. Deal with it, So the stats are okay. I mean, it's an answerable thing, with only 300 defense. If it gets blocked, it's probably going to die. But if your opponent, it doesn't have to attack first, so you can get that damage in pretty quick if your opponent has a slow start. So definitely something to consider. Now we have Abdul, the Priest of Darkness, Abdul Al-Hazred. He is a 3-drop 7/7. He is back and looking crazy. I don't know why Grimm didn't take him out or something like that. So 3-drop 7/7 that for 2 dark and 2 colorless, and banishing himself, you can put a Cthulhu from your hand into your field. So essentially, this is the way to cheat Azathoth into play for cheaper. I personally don't think this is amazing. It's a large overall cost. You're essentially paying 7 over the span of 2 turns to bring out an 8-drop. I mean, yes, you have a better way to protect it, but it just feels overall like it's not amazingly good. But then again, I could be wrong. It is a way to cheat in a bigger card. In Wanderer format, I could see this being a little bit better because you can grab like Yogg-Sothoth and stuff a little bit cheaper. But he also has Incarnate, so it's like, I don't know how I feel about that. But there he is. And it says, with Lumia trapped in the frozen coffin and Alhazred's power returned. So Lumia obviously was the one keeping him at bay, just for lore standpoint. So that's pretty interesting. Next up, we have Eternal Recurrence. It is a 5-drop chant that just nukes the board. Destroy all Resonators. Just done. So this is like the oh crap card. Probably like if you're super far behind, it's a kind of way to reset the board, which is not bad. I'm glad it's not instant speed. At the time when you would be theoretically playing this card, you probably have more than 5 will, so I don't think the cost is too crazy, especially since it's a full board wipe and it even wipes your own board. But I also think that there are ways to play around this that aren't too crazy. I would see this maybe as like a one-of, just as like a backup. I don't see an attack playing a ton of this, or more like a sideboard card. And then lastly, we have Alhazred's Zealot. He's a 3-drop 9/7 vanilla. So, not very good in constructed, just for like, it doesn't really do much except for be there. I would probably rather grab the first strike 3-drop, but in seals, this could have some value. I mean, it's a bomb, and we don't have a ton of burn that can hit this high for very effectively, so he could potentially do a lot of work in sealed. So that's it for today, guys. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment sections down below. Go ahead and like and share out the video, and go check out the Patreon to support the channel. And until next time, this is DMO73 signing off.